Hey, it's Mike, your host of Craft Beer Storm. How are you doing today? It is Friday, therefore we will bring you Craft Brew News, the drama of the week. What's happening, who's spending what on more equipment, who's opening tap rooms, we got all of it for you. But first, hey, go onto iTunes, go onto whatever platform you're listening to us on, and give us a rating, give us a review. Subscribe, that'd be awesome. Then you can get these downloads. We do 3 a week. We do movers and shakers and founders of breweries on Monday. We interview an interesting person. 360, as long as you deal with craft beer, we want to talk to you. Wednesdays we do beer styles. We go down the Great American Beer Festival list and we pick a different style off the list, and we just explain, what grains are in it, hoppiness, maltiness, ABV, what glass to serve it in. Winners of the GABF for that category is over 100 categories, and then they have subcategories too, so there's a lot of different beers. And today, on Friday, we do Craft Brew News. So let's get to it. First story, Anheuser-Busch spends $24 million on Bud Light Seltzer ads, because they're getting into the seltzer business now. Since launching Bud Light Hard Seltzer earlier this month, Anheuser-Busch InBev has spent $24.2 million in advertising for the new product line, according to tvrev.com. By the way, all these stories are brought to you by brewbound.com. Great source for information. The majority of the investment, $23 million, was spent on spots during the NFL playoffs, with $13.2 million going to spots during the NFC and AFC championship games last weekend. And then AB's investment in TV advertising shows the company's intention to compete in the increasingly crowded hard seltzer category, which topped $1.5 billion with a B in off-premise sales in 2019. So watch out for the Super Bowl. They'll probably run Bud Light Seltzer, as I'm sure they will. To spend another gazillion dollars. But there you go. They see that this hard seltzer is going nuts, so they're just going to make Bud Light Seltzer, right? They have the name, call it Bud Light Seltzer, whatever. Next story, City Brewery plans a $49 million investment. And City Brewery is investing $49 million to expand its contract production facility in Memphis, Tennessee. According to the Daily Memphian, the company cited the growth of hard seltzers and other beer alternatives for seeking a 12-year tax abatement to purchase the new equipment. The company says it plans to add 155 jobs over the next 2 years. At the end of 2019, City employed 516 workers, paying an average of $56,000 per worker, including overtime. And City's Memphis subsidiary is capable of producing 60 million cases annually. And in both Boston Beer's Truly and Mark Anthony brands, White Claw have contract produced their respective hard seltzer brands. So these companies or these facilities that are making this hard seltzer are just expanding like crazy. And they're adding jobs, which is awesome. And they're looking for tax abatements. They should get a tax abatement. They're creating good stuff for the community, good stuff for Tennessee and Memphis, right? Good stuff. Next story, Jim Koch on finally opening a Samuel Adams tap room in downtown Boston. He hasn't had a tap room in downtown. He has his Jamaica Plain tap room, right? It's kind of on the outskirts. It's not really downtown. But Jim Koch is holding court in the lower level of Sam Adams' new tap room in downtown Boston. Cook, the founder of Boston Beer Company, and his usual gregarious self, and dressed in his typical everyday uniform, denim, Samuel Adams button-down shirt, and khakis. He's loaded with quips, microphone in one hand, Boston Lager in the other. He always wears the same clothes. He must have like 10 different khaki pants. I don't know. He wears the same shirt. But it's okay. Sometimes he puts a sport jacket on. He's all set, right? Could be formal. Could be casual. The 14,000 square foot Samuel Adams tap room, which opened this week, has been a couple of years in the offering. Located about 20 yards from a statue of the beer brand's namesake, a founding father and revolutionary, Sam Adams. The location will offer pub food, including cheese boards, warm pretzels, and flatbreads, as well as daily lunch offerings such as BLTs, pastrami on rye, and crispy chicken sandwich. All that stuff sounds really good to me. I'm doing the 75 hard, which I have to watch myself for 75 days. And eat clean, and it's not going to include pastrami or BLTs. So, but after that, I'll go. In mid-April, I'll go down. I can't even drink beer. This is crazy. All right, anyway. Cook said the U.S. is closing in on 10,000 craft breweries. Those brewers, many of which run their own tap rooms, have taken a chunk out of Samuel Adams' beer brand in recent years. As Cook has outlined on several publicly traded companies' earnings calls, they're eroding the share. In fact, Boston Beer, which also makes Truly Hard Seltzer, Twisted Tea, and Angry Orchard cider products, produce more of its non-traditional beer offerings than beer. In 2019, they were producing more of this other stuff than beer. This is crazy. Of the 20 draft lines, 12 will be dedicated to beers brewed on site, which currently include a House New England IPA and a Moscow Mule beer. The taproom, however, will serve Truly on tap in order to give drinkers a gluten-free option, Cook said. So there you go. All this hard seltzer. I don't know if I should just call this maybe Craft Seltzer Storm instead of Craft Beer Storm. I don't know. They're just all over the place. Michigan bill would grant self-distribution rights to more small breweries. A bill introduced in the Michigan legislature earlier this month would allow breweries producing up to 2,000 barrels annually to self-distribute their products in the state. Currently, Michigan breweries producing up to 1,000 barrels can self-distribute. However, the cap would double if bipartisan House bill passes. According to National Trade Group, the Brewers Association, the majority of Michigan's craft breweries produced fewer than 1,400 barrels in 2018, the last year in which the data was available. Michigan Brewers Guild Executive Director Scott Graham told Brewbound the legislation would create a little bit more breathing room for many of the state's 357 craft breweries and help new breweries gain exposure at a time when the wholesaler tier is shrinking. And under the new bill, the 2,000 barrel threshold would apply to any sister brands of a brewery offers in addition to main product lineup. However, the beer sold directly to consumers at a brewery's taproom would not count towards the 2,000 barrel cap, which is great. So hopefully they'll get this thing passed and they've doubled their, double the threshold, and then they can self-distribute, which is good for Michigan breweries. So there you go on Craft Seltzer Storm, your craft brew news. That's what I got for you today. I wish you a great weekend. Go visit your local craft brewery. They're working hard. They're making stuff for you. I don't know if they're making seltzer yet. A lot of them are. But you want that craft beer and enjoy it. It's locally made, fresh, good stuff for you, for the community, and for the planet. It's good stuff. Okay, we'll talk to you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend.